Today on Nova Legends podcast, I have 2025 Lightridge Soccer, who just pulled off a huge upset by beating Riverside, the top-rated team in the DC area most of the year. With me today, I have Jimmy Brown, goalkeeper, heading to UVA next year. Made a couple big saves in the penalty shootout. I got Ahmad Sajad. He's a forward going to Juanita, Junita, Ahmad.
Juniata. Juniata.
Yeah, up there in central Pennsylvania. Beautiful
Yeah.
country. Not far from here, really. Um, Brayden Moyssiadis. I knew I was going to choke it. Brayden's a junior. He's a central defender, I believe. And then Alex Owellan. Alex is a midfielder. He's headed to Tennessee. Guys, did I get most of that right?
Yeah, it's close.
Close enough, yeah.
Brayden, go ahead and check my work. What was I supposed to say?
Moissiitis.
Moyssiadis. It's not that hard. I should have gotten it right. Anyway. Congratulations, guys. What a tremendous week you guys must have had.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Riverside. Now I called it rivalry on social media, but the reality is, you guys were in class four just 2 years ago. So this is only the second year you've been in that district. So these are all kind of new rivalries, and I mean, Riverside's been good forever. You guys are definitely up and coming. So this is kind of like an emerging rivalry. So before we get to the game and the penalty shootout, what is describe the rivalry? I mean, Riverside's been great for a long time. Are you guys kind of like trying to get there, and now all of a sudden this is becoming a rivalry now?
Yeah, for a while there, it was kind of just like a hammer and a nail, and they would kind of just beat us every time. And that's our first time beating them. So yeah, I would definitely say we're rising up, starting to be able to really compete with the top teams now.
Yeah, that was huge. It's one thing to say you're going to do it, but I mean they have what, at least three or four Division I players. I mean
Yeah.
they got quality all over the pitch. And I met you guys. I saw you at the Riverside game. I took the pre-match photo, and I knew you guys. I mean, you guys were in that game too. I mean, you guys were a good team. But it's just because you're a good team doesn't mean you can beat a team with that kind of reputation. So, hats off to you guys. But anyone else want to describe the Riverside rivalry for us, or did Braden kind of nail it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like in the past years, yeah, last year was my first year on varsity, and we lost both of those games against them in district play very decisively. So it's definitely a new thing.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Ahmad or Alex?
It just feels like, yeah, it's just a brand new rivalry. It just feels great knowing that they see us as competitive as they are, and it's just a great game every single time. Like, there's nothing like different about it. Like, even in the district play, they beat us, but we were still in that game
Yeah.
until that whistle the whole time.
Yeah. I also felt like you guys were um, competitive, but not like I didn't see dirty tackles or trash talking. Matter of fact, I saw a lot of you guys talking off the ball, like you guys know each other pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I've played with basically every single player on that team. Like five or six of them are on my team this year, so we all know each other.
Yeah. I felt
Yeah, and even in like the winter, we all played in the same indoor league at the Dulles Sportsplex. Like Lightridge had a team, and then me and Alex were on like our own team with some friends, and we were all in that same league, and we're playing a bunch of these Riverside kids. So we definitely have gotten to know each other.
yeah. Yeah. What do you think about the rivalry and the way it's evolving?
I mean, the rivalry has always been, I feel like for me, it's always been up there. Riverside, throughout like the past 4 years that I've been in high school, we played on my freshman year in a scrimmage, lost 7-2. Since I remember, Riverside has had quality players. They still do. And, just like building Lightridge as a freshman with the nine freshmen that we have playing, it felt really good. And it's like it feels good to compete with like one of the best teams out here in Virginia.
Yeah. Now I know I'm probably overstating it here, but when you think about the greatest moments of your life, and I know there's still work to do. You got three more games, hopefully, right, guys?
Yep.
Would you guys put that up there, one of the best moments of your life? I know Jimmy probably would.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah, that's probably one of the top moments of my soccer career. Just that feeling that after Ahmad scored that pen, that's one of the that's a feeling like no other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
that
could I'm sorry, go ahead, Omar.
that whole game is gonna stick to me probably since I get old. Like I remember I was taking a couple shots and then Riverside took a couple great shots like first 5 minutes and I just knew I was like, this is gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a really fun game. And it was a battle till the 100th minute, went to PKs, and we just got the job done.
Sure did. Yeah. Decisively in PKs. Alex, how about you? One of your greatest moments of your life?
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't on the field for the penalties or anything. I didn't take one, but the celebration is just like it feels great because like we've never made it out of district before until this year, and it's like we're all seniors. It's just like a great moment that we're all gonna remember.
One thing that's it's unfortunate is most of the people have already gone home for the summer. So, were a lot of folks around to experience it? Did you see, and did people know that you beat Riverside generally?
We're trying to get as many people out to the games as we can. Like we're getting a lot of our friends or stuff, but I feel like most of the school like they don't even like know yet because like
Yeah,
all the seniors are out of school and everything.
right.
It's just like whoever does want to come to the games.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only bad thing is that most folks weren't there to experience it because they've already probably checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit more about that game. I know Riverside really well. Saw them play a few times this year. Exceptional center backs. I mean, they got quality. The midfield is very tough. I mean, yeah, it's hard. You got to pick your poison with them. Strategically, what's the best way to go about it? How are you guys in a game that's the 1-0 game that I saw? I didn't think you guys played exceedingly defensive. It wasn't like you parked the bus. I thought you guys went toe to toe with them. I didn't. I thought Riverside was probably the stronger team that night, but by 1-0, it wasn't like it deserved to be a blowout. What is the key to playing with a team like that?
For me, I feel like the key, they have players all over the field that just never stop running, and we just have to be there step for step the entire time. We can't give up. You got to just play till from first whistle to last whistle. You have to run the entire time, or else it's not going to come out. And as we did the other day, we ran every moment. I know personally, I was absolutely gassed at the end. So if and it worked. So that's all I feel like we have. Not all, but that's
Yeah,
a big factor in being able to play with them.
you got to match that work rate for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody else?
I mean, I agree. Like on Thursday, just seeing our whole team, everyone was so tired. Just running the whole 100 minutes as hard as you can to be able to stick with those guys because they're really good players, and you have to be, on top of your game and in really good fitness to be able to play with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's probably another one of our strengths is that our entire roster, starters and subs, can all play at that same level. Like we have really good depth, so no matter who's on the field at what time, every single one of us is working our butt off and working with Riverside just to keep us in the game and play our
Yeah,
hearts out. Sorry.
I got it. Well, so obviously it was 0-0. What about the rest of the game? Did each side have dangerous chances, or was 0-0 like the deserved score or whatever you say in soccer, or could there easily have been a couple goals one way or the other?
I mean,
I can have it.
you got it.
Okay. So I think it was a game that was back and forth. Especially first, I would say first 10 minutes, they had us like in our side of the field. They had two shots on target, both hit the post. Um, and then after that, we kind of got set up to the game. And then it was our time. We were attacking. We actually had a PK, but was called off. And then
Oh,
it was
it was on you guys fouled or they fouled?
they fouled us actually.
Hmm.
They fouled Christian Shatea in the box. I think they dragged him down. The ref called a PK, and he was like, "I'm not gonna change my mind." And then I think the sideline kind of talked him out of it, and uh,
Was it a good call? Was it a good no call?
um, personally, I think it was a foul. But the refs know more than us, so you just gotta respect what they're calling.
Yeah.
And then we had a offside goal actually second half. Um, but yeah, no, it was like I would say 5 minutes they would go at us, and then the next five we would go at them. It was just like who's gonna work harder in the field and who wants it more. And I think both teams are out there just killing it.
That's awesome. Very high level.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, right at the start, they were coming at us heavy. Like a minute in, they had a shot that I saved off the post, like Ahmad said, and then they had some free kick that I had to. It went in the box, and then it was like juggling around, and they shot it, and then I had to make another save, and then it was called for offside. So there were a lot of chances in that game.
yeah. Do you think it'd be helpful to you guys if like teams like you and Riverside, the bigger schools, would play in the Fairfax County competition with like Herndon and Westfield all the time? Because then you'd have teams on that same level and it would make you sharper for postseason. I feel when I went to some Loudoun games, I saw there were some teams that are very good and some teams are just not even close. And so the level is not consistently as high. Do you think it'd be helpful to have a tougher district so you can play those tougher teams more often?
Yeah, I'd say definitely like getting to play those teams and at maybe out of district games or scrimmages in the beginning of the year would definitely help a lot in the long run in the postseason. Just being able to see more high level play more often.
Yeah, because I went to the Robinson game the other day. I went to Robinson and they played they beat West Potomac and they beat an amazing Lewis team. But the reality is in their district, Alexandria City, Woodson, they're all every team in their district is so good. I mean, they have great players in their district, or honorable mention all district. And usually if you're a reasonably good player, second team. So it's they're just so postseason ready because of the competition. Even by district time, they're ready because of their non-district schedule. Anyone else want to add to that? Would it be better if you guys played Westfield and you played Herndon a couple times?
I think it would be better just because like I think it'd be a lot more fun instead of playing the same teams over and over and over again every year. Because
Exactly.
even after the regular season when we're in districts and regionals, we just played the same teams. Like we've played Indy 4 times this year, and I'd rather play like Westfield, Chantilly, Centerville because like we also play club with a lot of those players, so it'd just be a lot of fun seeing them out there with the higher level to play against.
It's the same level. I saw you guys play. I saw Riverside play. It's the same level. I just who plays better that night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really. I've been pushing for it, but no one ever listens to me, guys. I tried my best. So look, so my son played at Yorktown, class of 2022. They went to a state final in 21 and got upset in 22. But I started this kind of social media about 12 years ago. I just started posting stuff on his team. He was a travel player, obviously. And then I just started posting stuff on everyone else's team. And then when I got in high school, I did everyone. And then it just kind of snowballed. And that's how it kind of started. So, and then we ended up, after my second child, my daughter graduated from Yorktown, that's Arlington. We moved out to Lansdowne. And so my youngest goes to Riverside. So everyone in Fairfax County, they all know I'm biased. I went to Robinson. My son played at Yorktown. I don't try to hide it, but it's interesting. Whenever I do anything with Loudon, I'll get some nasty grams saying I'm biased. So I'm like, well, it's on my Instagram that I went to Robinson and if my kid played at Yorktown, I don't try to be anything but biased. But I've been surprised if people think I'm supposed to be unbiased. Like, no, I'm just a guy who likes to talk about soccer. But once I get to see teams play, I like all the players. I tend to have my favorites. But anyway, that's how the whole thing started. So I didn't know anything about any of the schools or neighborhoods. In Lightridge, I got to see you guys playing basketball this year, and good athletes. And saw you guys obviously playing in soccer. Tell me a little bit about Lightridge. What kind of school it is to go to? It's a new school, and most of the time, new schools have a lot of opportunity. But in your own words, what's been the experience at Lightridge? And I'm not even talking about soccer now. Who wants to go
Experience
first?
for me has been absolutely amazing. I mean I love it at Lightridge. It's a great academic school. I mean we've won the academic state championship like 3 or 4 times out of 5 years. So
Wow,
definitely a very high academic school. Um, I mean, everybody's super nice there. The teachers are great. It's just been a great experience for me.
that's awesome. Yeah, it's very highly rated school. Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I would. Um, I love Lightridge. I've been at Lightridge for 4 years. I would say it's probably one of the nicest schools up here in Northern Virginia, especially how new it's built, the classrooms, the materials, the teachers, and athletes too. We have a couple D1 football commits. they're going to nice schools. You know, soccer, basketball. You know, I love Lightridge. It's been a really good experience. I used to go to Centerville.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, freshman year, but you know, I moved out before the soccer season, so I could never experience that.
Yeah.
But you know, just from going from Centerville, kind of old school to Lightridge, it was just like a big difference. And you know, it's super nice at Lightridge. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the football team when they played Riverside. My God, they looked unbelievable that day. And it was so weird because they didn't have, they had some games they didn't play well at all. Other games they'd be dominant. But so definitely the sports. And I haven't met anyone who went there who didn't just love it. Looks like you guys have a really good thing going. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, there's a great academic environment as well as the sports environment at Lightridge. There's tons of opportunity, great teachers who are all very supportive, great counseling staff, and all that stuff. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. The new school, everybody wants to go to the new school. You guys are, I think, the third newest or second newest, right? Yeah.
it was newer than us.
Um, the newest, oh, maybe you are the, no,
I
oh,
Yeah.
think we are
Independence.
the newest. I
What's
think
that?
we are the. I
Yeah,
think
we
we are
are.
the
Indy
newest.
was before us.
Oh, Indy was before you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Yep. So, Alex, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm actually zoned for Freedom High School, so I transferred before my freshman year, and my sister went to Freedom, my brother goes there now. So just comparing Lightridge and Freedom, I think Lightridge is so much nicer, like facility wise, like there's so much space and everything there, and just the people, the teachers are really really good. There's every opportunity for that. The coaches are also really good, and they push us through our sports and everything. It's just like a really good community out here.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah. Um, and everything is new though. I mean, like even like the restaurants and the plazas. I mean, it's just constantly building new stuff out there. It's crazy. Well, look, guys, I don't know much about your coach. Tell us a little bit about your coach and his style.
Coach Cesnik is kind of um he always wants to know what we want. Like when we're watching film, he's asking us what we see, what we think we should do, and then he just builds it off it from there, which I love it like that because I'm definitely have an opinion, a pretty big opinion in what we do. So being able to like kind of shape it together as a team, being able to me and Alex as captains, just whenever we want to be able to just go in and talk to him, it's just a great policy that I think he has.
Absolutely. I think in today's generation, I think kids they want a voice more than when I played. When I played, you did whatever the coach said, and that was it. That was it. So, yeah. Anybody else?
Um.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to go. So with Coach Cesnik, he's to me, he's not just a coach.
Mhm.
To me and like the other players, he's always looking out for us, looking for. He always says student before an athlete. He looks at our grades. We have grade checks. Comes to our class if we need any support with math, English, science, any class. He helps us. And I would say my grades have gotten a lot better throughout the years since he's really like supported us with anything we need, and he's just always looking out for the team. Like he always looks to see what else he can bring to the team, something new. One of my favorite things was that he got us box nets. I think we are one of the, if I'm not mistaken, probably one of the schools, only schools who have box nets, and it's just kind of just tells something about him. He always looks for the little stuff, and he always tries to improve it and make us look really good. And yeah, I think I've really appreciated Coach Cesnik the past 3-4 years.
I've been everywhere. I haven't seen box nets at a high school game. I've been to almost
Yeah,
every school. That's cool. I
yeah,
got to get out there sometime.
yeah.
Yeah. Alex, did you go?
Haven't yet.
Yeah.
But another big part of his coaching philosophy is around like team toxicity, and we do a lot of team bonding and a lot of different talking, and we just make sure that like we're all just like not just teammates, but we're around each other all the time and we become friends, and that's really built up our team chemistry. Like looking at some other schools, they have really great players, but they don't play well together, and I think that's what makes us different from other schools is that we have really great players, but we can also play well together. And that's just from all the things that Coach Cesnik has done with us, all the team bonding, all the different events we do. It has just really built us as a team together since our freshman year.
Yeah. In high school, that bond is so important because in club, you have a whole year to build your chemistry. Sometimes you're the same team for 4 or 5 years, so you build that over time, you get rid of kids that don't fit in. High school, you have a compressed, 3 month season. So if you have that bond, teams are going to grow. They get so much better during the season. And that bond will help, carry you, very far, obviously. So, well, good. Well, let's talk a little bit about club soccer as compared to high school. Now, I'm sure generally people tell me when you have a successful high school experience like you guys are having, it kind of overwhelms the club experience. You're never going to get the high level soccer consistently. You'll get it now, but you're not going to get it consistent like you'll have in club. But generally, how would you compare the club experience and the high school experience? Who wants to
I
go?
would say,
Yeah.
as you said, like there are always going to be so different. High school, my favorite part about high school has always been playing against, being able to play against people I know from clubs and just some of my close friends. But this year, it's definitely gotten even better that we're good this year. So I still love club. Some of my closest friends are on club, some guys I've known for 10 years.
Yeah.
But this year has really made me like shown me how much high school really means too.
Yeah, it's a different experience when you win for your high school. You just can't explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, definitely the best part of high school versus club is just the sense of community that you get. Like you go into school the next day after a win and everyone's congratulating you,
Yeah.
all that stuff. High school just has an awesome community and Lightridge is great for that.
Exactly. Yeah. Ahmad or Alex? You want
I
to compare?
mean,
Mhm.
it's really just like a completely different environment, like really different play styles and everything. And it's just like a really different experience, just like practicing every day with the team. And you see these boys not just on the field, but you see them in school, you see them in class. It's just like so different from club. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's a nice change of pace after many, many years of club. Then you have a couple of varsity seasons, and that's, maybe three if you're a really good player, but it's nice. It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I mean, me and Alex actually aren't doing club this year because
No.
we were running cross country in the fall.
Oh, that's great.
So, you know, we actually took the year off from that.
It's interesting. Jimmy is the Robinson goalie, Gerard Lamas. He was in the state indoor championship for the 800 or
Mm.
whatever. Here's a goalie like you. He's running and
Yeah.
he's not a tall goalie, but he's obviously a very athletic goalie. So they're still alive as you guys. Ahmed, did you go? Yeah.
No, I think so I played for FVU. I don't really get to play like my friends throughout the year because they're all in like in the Centerville, Fairfax area. But yeah, I would say playing for club is a higher level in my opinion. Because you just go against all these ECNL teams and everybody's like solid. They're really good. With high school, the community. I love the community. Every night that we have a game, our teachers come out and support us.
Oh,
Family comes out. It's just a different for me. It's just a different environment. And I love it. I'm gonna miss high school, but it's been a good 4 years.
is Lightridge ever won a state title in anything? I know academics they
Uh,
won something, but how about any sport? Have they ever won a state title?
No.
No.
no,
Wow.
I don't.
Girls lacrosse last year was state finalists. That's the best result we've gotten outside of the academic team.
Well, that makes it really cool. You
Yeah.
guys have a shot. Not that we don't wish the rest of them well. Well, let's get back to this season. Um, Going into the season, Jimmy mentioned Riverside beat you guys pretty easily last year. I think you all mentioned that. What were your expectations coming in? Did you had any idea you could win the region, or what did you think 2025 could hold for you guys?
Personally, with the talent that I knew that we had, I mean, we had like the best JV in the district last year. So with the talent that I knew that was coming, and some of the players that were leaving, Um, I thought that we could make it this far. I knew that we were good enough. I knew that it was going to be always be a battle with Riverside, and it was kind of just this year is, as we said before, like our team chemistry is like no other, which I think has helped so much. Like in years past, it was not good at all, and it was just constant bickering and fighting everywhere. So I personally believe that we can make it this far.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. If you can't believe it, it's hard to see it or whatever the saying is. uh, anyone else want to go?
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the season, it was like not many of us believed we could make it this far just because we never have before. Like, this is our first time going to state and everything. But like, once the season started going, once we started playing against other teams, I think it was a big game changer in our mentality. Like, we realized like how much better we'd become throughout the season, and it really just like gave us that motivation to keep going through the season and winning after game. Just really, just kept we kept that momentum throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, going in, I knew we had a really good group of talented guys, but I wasn't expecting something like this. I mean, it's hard to have such high expectations after literally losing in the first round of playoffs last year.
Yeah. Well, when was a moment this year? Oh, Ahmad, did you want to speak to that? You didn't go yet.
No, no, I would I agree with them. The past like couple years, I don't think our chemistry has been where it's at right now. Everybody's just super close to each other. I personally wasn't expecting either that we're gonna come up this far, but after I would say after the first 10 games, I started to believe. We beat every team. We had a shout out for the first I would say 8 games. So we hadn't been scored on in the first 8 or 7 games.
That's crazy.
And I just knew like defensively, midfield, forward, we were doing great. And where we are right now, it's great. I think it's hard work. We wake up 6 in the morning, go to practice, and it's all starting to pay off.
Oh, so you practiced before school?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
That's actually awesome because I know, Riverside, the kids get out at 4:30 or 4:10. They don't start till 9:30. So to me, it'd be a great use of time. My daughter does theater, and a lot of their practices are in the morning, which is great because then she can come home at nighttime and get other stuff done. So you guys do a lot of that, or almost every practice is in the morning?
Every single one is 7:30,
Get out of here.
sometimes 8.
That's
But yeah, and
awesome.
it is great because we get the whole field to ourselves every single time. So
Wow. Whose idea was that?
the coach,
Yeah.
Did anybody like push back like, no way, coach, that's not working for me.
Me, I've been trying the past 2 years to make coach move practice to afternoon, but it's just he says nope. We get the whole field. You wake up 7 in the morning. You go outside. It's like 35, 40 degrees.
I
It's
know
the
in this
perfect
in
weather.
March.
The perfect weather to go play, and it's been fun, but also really hard.
Yeah. Woodgrove football does mornings too, and it's just so efficient if you can get the kids to buy into it, you know? Because I
Yeah.
mean, leaving school at 4:30, I mean, if you practice at let's say 5, by the time you're done it's 7, and it doesn't give you a lot of time for anything else. So, um, yeah, that's interesting. Well, the early bird in this case got the worm. So we talked about the Riverside rivalry, and I'm sure that 1-0 game that I saw on that rainy night had to give you confidence in that. You were unscored upon and undefeated, but you did it. You played really well against Riverside. That must have been a nice moment. How did the other teams? Were they surprised, Stonebridge and Independence, solid teams? Were they surprised how you guys came up and passed them?
I would say they had to be, especially our first game against Indy. We went down 1-0 probably within like 3 minutes, and then we absolutely boat raced them that rest of the game. It ended up being 4-1 and we dominated them. And
Yeah.
then Stonebridge we beat like 6-0.
Really?
So yeah, so
6-0?
so I they had to have been pretty surprised with how I think everybody thought like kind of knew that we were going to be better than than last year, but I don't know if anybody thought we were going to be as good as we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our assistant coach used to play for Stonebridge, so he knows the head coach there. And we were hearing from him before our home game against them that they were feeling confident, and we were like, oh no, that's not going to work out, and we just smacked them.
Yeah. That's interesting. Um, well, that's the way it goes. Well, the thing I find interesting about this season is not only are you in the state playoffs, but you won both districts and regionals. You've already brought hardware home. Yeah, that's very surprising that you won both. What did you guys feel like in districts when you heard that Riverside lost? You must have been like, "What?" Because Stonebridge is a team. I saw the 6-0 beating of Stonebridge in the regionals. But what did you guys feel like when you heard that they lost to Stonebridge?
Yeah, I mean, it was literally right after our district semi against Indy, right? Went into overtime, and Caden Perkins scored like an awesome last minute winner header. And we were just so happy to have won that game. And then we get to the sideline, and someone pulls up NFHS and was like, oh my God, it's tied. Like, and so we all like were just watching that game, like, just absolutely in disbelief.
Yeah.
To
Wow.
me,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter, because no matter who you play, district finals, regional finals, they work their way up there. They're gonna be a solid team. You just gotta go and beat them. But, yeah, for me, like when I heard that it was a tie game, I was like, oh, maybe something changed with Stonebridge, because with a great team like Riverside, they must have done something different to
Yeah.
keep the game level and take it to PKs. But I was just ready for both of them. We were ready for Riverside or Stonebridge. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't make it any less sweet because it was Stonebridge, right? It was just as sweet winning districts being Riverside.
Yeah, holding that trophy felt good no matter who we beat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I was talking about how maybe Stonebridge got some new players or something. A lot of high schools in like the MLS Next areas, they'll improve suddenly in the postseason because they'll have kids that didn't play all season on the roster and they'll show up in postseason. Alexandria City's famous for that. They'll be average in regular season and world class in the postseason. So that is possible. But the Independence game, tell me about that game. So you guys could have been your season would have been over if you lost that game, and you were
No,
in overtime, right?
no, well, we would still would have been in the region tournament,
Oh,
just
because you
like
won.
it's
Yeah,
the four teams from the district
that's
went.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. Right. I got you. So it wasn't that much. I mean, you don't want to lose, but it wasn't like the season was over.
No,
So
it
and
was
then
still it was still like a really we didn't want to lose, especially because we knew we were a better team. The first time we beat them 4-1, and it was just like we don't want to lose this game. It's we want to. It would have been our first time going to district finals, and that meant a lot to me because I'm a senior. I want to experience that because I never knew we were gonna make it to regional finals. But I was like, this is the opportunity, and we can't let it go. And we had a great ball from Dylan Conti, and it was a sophomore link up, but
Mhm.
Dylan Conti to Kaden Perkins, and it was just a beautiful header on a really good goalie actually, from Independence.
did you guys celebrate a little bit?
Oh
A
yeah.
little bit.
That's
Jimmy,
the
did you
only
do a
goal.
roll? Did you do a roll for them on that one?
That's the only goal in my whole career that I've actually run to the corner for. So
That's cool.
it was electric.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's you got to celebrate those moments in life because they don't always come when you want them to, right?
Hmm.
Um, so well, awesome guys. So happy for you. You win the district. Um, the regional semifinal wasn't. It was a big number. You won 3-0, right? So that was an elimination game. Remind me who you guys beat in the semis, the regionals.
That was
Independence.
Independence too.
Okay, so that was a completely different game. You guys came out there and just dominated them.
Yeah, definitely played much better that time than the district one.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Maybe just
first half could have been
confidence.
better,
What's
but
that?
it was 1-0 at halftime.
Mhm.
And we got yelled at in the locker room because we weren't playing to our standard. And we sort of picked it up in the second half, and it was pretty comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is Independence a quality team? They got some good players.
Yeah, I would say so. Independence has a really, I would say, mm, they have a couple really individual players that bring the team up. Midfielders, goalkeeper. The goalkeeper Charlie got first team all district. He's a really tough goalie. Probably one of the best goalies I've played with my whole soccer career. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, no, it was they're a quality team. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, yeah. Good season. So okay, so we went over the Riverside game and huge win. So next you get to host is it a who's coming to Lightridge for your game on Tuesday?
James River.
James River.
Oh, James River. Okay. Do you guys know anything about James River yet?
Nothing at all.
Okay. Yeah. I'm interviewing a guy, a journalist from Richmond tomorrow. So I'll be able to get an in-depth analysis of James River. I'll post it right away so you guys can be able to listen to it. My experience, and you guys probably know this from club, is Richmond teams tend to be more direct, very fast, and talk a lot of trash. Every team I've ever seen from Richmond fits that description, but maybe this one will be different. They like to talk down there. So
We're ready. Come
that's
at us and we're ready. We'll see what that scoreboard's gonna say.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Would you rather have a road trip and go down there, or are you glad they're coming home?
we're glad they're coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the only thing that changed up with us is it's our graduation on Wednesday. So I think they're setting up our stadium, and we'll be playing at John Champ.
Oh, you're playing. Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah,
I'll make
yeah,
sure. I got to change the. I put the schedule up. I got to make sure I change that.
yeah. We're gonna be playing at John Champ, which a lot of the seniors, especially me, like I don't like that.
Why not?
Because I was really happy it was our home game because that's the last home game we're gonna ever have.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
And just that one last time, I wanted to get that home field advantage and just enjoy it one last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is what it is.
John Champ was close to you guys, though, right? A couple. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes, 3 minutes or 4 minutes.
Really? That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
it's yeah, we're like neighbors.
Yeah, I mean, in Loudon, they build schools right on top of each other. They don't like try to spread them out. It's like where I live in Lansdowne, I think there's 8 schools within 15-minute drive. I mean, it's insane to have all these schools in Fairfax. They make the schools a little bit bigger. Here, they make them smaller and just make them everywhere. But anyway, how about the rest of you guys? You guys also glad you're home?
Yeah, I'm happy we're home. I'm also a little mad that we earned being able to play at home and now we have to play at John Champ. That kind of just shows how those none of the people at White believed that we would make it this far. So definitely looking forward to proving them wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think James River was a high seed either, so I think they're kind of an upset team.
Yeah, they are. They're I think the fifth or sixth seed.
Right. Yeah. So it's probably a game. If you play your game, it's a very winnable game, obviously. So Jimmy and Alex, you feel the same?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So look, guys, I'm not gonna ask you to look ahead. Um, so we'll leave it at that in terms of teams. Do you guys know though where the state championships, the Final Four would be? Would it be in Charlottesville?
I think it's a
Richmond.
deep run.
Is
Deep
it
run
Deep
is
Run? Oh, it's in Richmond.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
yeah,
I'll be down there, so I'll be able to go check out the game if you guys make it down there. Yeah, because
yeah. Hopefully we do.
the class six is down there as well. So they're all. I'm glad they're all in the same place. Last year, I think the five was in Charlottesville. So it's good that they're having them all in the same place. So, well, look, guys, this has been great. Amazing season. Why don't we talk a little bit about what's next for you individually, and your choices for what are you going to do next? Why don't we start with Jimmy, like me, a UVA guy? Uh, Tell us, Jimmy, why you decided to go to UVA, not play soccer, I assume, and what you want to study there.
yeah. I mean, I've known for a decent amount of time that I was probably stronger in the classroom than on the soccer field. And after like a lot of, college applications was very stressful this year. And I was basically deciding between UVA and Cornell, where I also got in. And
Awesome.
money was just a big factor. And UVA is still obviously an incredible school. And I ended up deciding to go there. And I'm planning to major in econ, maybe apply to the data science school as well. We'll see.
Yeah, I was an econ major as well. My son is an econ major there, so I think it's a fantastic choice. The great thing about econ is it gives you the flexibility to do data science. My son's doing African American studies as a double, but econ just gives you flexibility. If a lot of people go to school to be business majors, which is great, but most of the time you're going to get an MBA sometimes anyway. So economics gives you a chance to be more flexible. Whereas in business school, like my daughter's at James Madison Business School, you don't have much flexibility in what you take. Accounting, finance. Once you get into your major, they kind of tell you what you need to take. Econ, you can just kind of explore what's interesting to you. And econ is to me fascinating. So anyway, Jimmy, that's great, man. I appreciate you, getting your teammates together and getting this call. I really enjoyed watching your highlights here. That was great how you helped save the day for literally for Lightridge. So how about Ahmad? What's next? I know you're going to. I'm gonna get this right. Junita.
Juniata. Yeah, you almost had it. People, yeah, it's kind of hard name. I had to like kind of get familiar with the name. But
Well,
for me,
tell us about that decision.
I would say it was probably one of my hardest decisions. Since I had offers from a lot of other schools. Uh, but it was just for me the coach. The Juniata coach is a really nice man. I got money was a big factor for me too. And I got good money. Also, the school, it's a really good school. It's in a really nice environment. There's a river right next to it.
Yeah.
I fish, so I can go fishing there. And this the community, I just love it there. And I'm also going to be majoring in data science.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so for me, that's kind of where I'm going. I'm gonna be working really hard this summer to get that starting spot at Juniata, but it's gonna be a challenge. So I just got to be ready for it.
Yeah, college soccer is always a challenge. The players are a little bit stronger and older. Some of the guys you're playing with will be 23, 24 years old, 22. So it's always going to be a challenge, but I'm sure you'll get there. My in-laws have a house in right near Bedford, Pennsylvania, which is near the river. So I see the river when we go there, near Breezewood and all that. It's just beautiful country. If you like to fish, my grandfather fishes my father-in-law fishes every day. So I think you're going to have a great experience. Yeah, I wish you all the luck.
Thank
So
you.
what about Alex? Alex, you're going to go to Tennessee. You're going to be a volunteer. You're going to be one of 100,000 people at a football game on a Saturday. Tell us about the decision to be a volunteer.
Yeah, so I stopped playing club a year or two ago just to like try other things, do cross country, do track, and then high school soccer. So soccer was kind of out of the question. And then academics wise, I was between Virginia Tech and Tennessee for a long time. And I just decided Tennessee's where I want to be after I visited both campuses multiple times. And I just like the environment at Tennessee more. It's a great SEC school, different kind of environment. And the accounting program there, that's what I'm doing. I'm majoring in accounting. It's still a really high level program where I can get a good degree and have a lot of fun at the same time.
Yeah. Did you consider that, I think Tennessee's like four more hours down 81. It's a much longer drive. Did that bother you at all?
Not really, because during the long weekends, I'm just gonna be flying there and back.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. 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 Well, awesome, man. That'll be, you'll have a good time. And I mean, Tech has got some great sports, no doubt about it, but there's nothing like the SEC. And I think the way the
yeah.
money's flowing, the SEC is going to be crazy. And I think they're even talking about breaking away from the NCAA. So I don't know if that's really happening, but form their own little new conference or whatever. But anyway, look, Alex, congratulations. I think you made some mature decisions there. Sometimes you get in this travel soccer, this club soccer mode, and it's great. But there's other things in life. I know when my son went to school in UVA, he did try out for club the first year. He didn't make it, but he's had such a great time doing so many other things in life. His rest of his life was all soccer. That's all he did all the time was play soccer. And it's great. And I've tried to encourage him to get in the 5Ks because that's what I do. I do a lot of 5Ks and back when I was in shape. But yeah, there's so much more to life. So I think you're gonna have a great time. So, well, Brayden, you're the youngster of the group. First of all, you guys have some. I think you've mentioned young players on the team already that are on the team this year. Talk about the team for next year, and then Um, Look ahead to some of your decisions that you'll be making in probably like 6 months from now.
Yeah, so for our team next year, I think we'll still be very good. The club that a lot of us play for, NVA, which is an ECNL team right now, is going to MLS next though.
That's great.
So kind of have to see who's gonna still maybe play, who's not. So it's kind of up for grabs right now. Personally, I still have no clue what I'm gonna do, but for college, I definitely want to play soccer. Soccer has been my whole life for my entire life, so I couldn't imagine a world without playing. So I'm kind of just keeping talks open with as many schools as I can to keep a wide range so I can narrow it down when I kind of figure out what I want to do because I still have no clue what I want to major in or anything. So we're just trying to keep talks open right now.
Yeah. So the way this worked in the Fairfax, Alexandria, Arlington area is the MLS Next. It does restrain some juniors and sophomores from playing. Occasionally some seniors, but I would say 95% of the players played this year on the senior level. Once you already sign, it doesn't matter. You don't play a lot of meaningful games in April and May in club anyway. So, I hope the MLS next starts looking at those rules and not make kids choose between high school soccer, which you guys are proof how important it is. And I think we need to have a bigger discussion about that. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure that this experience will help you on your journey to find a college roster. There's so many opportunities out there. Good thing about you, Brayden, and also you, Ahmad, is that you're coming after the COVID years is done,
Yeah.
and that's been a real problem for athletes the last 2 or 3 years. And you've always older players that are hanging on that got that fifth, sometimes sixth year, and it's been really tough for young players to get roster spots and opportunities. And I think some schools are limiting their roster sizes going forward, I think, but for good players, there's going to be a lot more opportunities in this class and the next class in college. So I wish you guys luck. Well, look, guys, I really enjoyed getting to know you guys. I don't know anything about Lightridge. I learned a lot today. This video should be a promotional piece for how wonderful the school is and great young men you guys are. I just wanted to end by giving you guys a chance to shout out anyone you want, maybe teammates, maybe family, coaches, anyone that's been important to your journey, as a way to to sign off.
I would say I would definitely shout out. I couldn't pick a player specifically. I mean, this year has been such a team driven year that our entire team has put effort in. So the entire program I feel deserves a shout out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Agree with that.
Yeah, Jimmy, you say the same, Jimmy?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Anyone?
for me, like I couldn't agree more with Brayden. Since the season started to right now, um, none of this could have been done without one another. It's been a team. It's been a team game. Um, we have 16, 17 wins. We win as a team, we lose as a team, and with the boys that we have right now, everybody's just had a really, really big impact on the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
Ab-
also want to shout out our coaches, Coach Cesnik, Coach Kirk, and Coach Mensa. They've just been a part of our program for so long. They've been us since freshman year, helped us develop all the way to where we are now, and they've just put in so much work just to get us here. And I want to thank them for that.
Yeah, that's awesome, Alex. So, guys, I played basketball at Robinson. My team, we got out the first game of districts both years. So I don't know what you guys. I can't really identify what you guys are going through. My sister won 2 state championships as point guard at Robinson, so I've seen it done. But I just wanted to let you know how wonderful it is what you guys are doing. I wish you luck. Enjoy every moment, and just enjoy the journey. Don't worry about the results. Just focus on the moment. And I just hope you guys go as far as you can and take it easy on Riverside next time if you could.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it's been great. Hopefully, I get to see you guys in person soon.
Yep, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay,
Thanks for
guys.
having
Talk to you
us.
soon.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
You're
Bye.
welcome. You
Have a good
too.
one.
Bye.